Hi guys, thank you so much for joining. My name is Marina Lantos and we are continuing our online series of haircutting. Today we will be going over one length haircut. One length is also called a line technique. So line technique is when all of the hair is combed at a natural fall and all cut to the same plane. The shape that we're going to be doing today is going to be a square shape. Square shape means the length in the back is going to be the same length as it is in the front. Let's get started. Okay, let's get started. So the first step is to establish a center part. We're gonna comb that hair directly away from the face, place the front of the comb directly in the center, and push with your index finger all the way to the top of the head. Once we reach the top of the head, we're gonna comb that hair to the left, and then comb that hair to the right. Place the comb right from the top of the head and go directly down all the way to your nape. Comb the hair flat against the head towards the left. And then comb the hair flat towards the head, towards the right. Now, the shape that we're creating with our line technique is square, which means the sectioning that we are taking is going to be square and it's going to be parallel to the floor. We're going to comb the hair towards the direction how we want our section to go, which means all of the grains of the hair need to be parallel to the floor into a square shape. Hold the hair, place the front of the comb 1 inch above the hairline. Slide your comb parallel to the floor, meet with your index finger, separate, comb this hair down, comb the rest of the hair up, and clip it flat right against the scalp. Repeat on the opposite side. Okay, so now that we have a perfect section, and a section is mirroring our shape that we're creating, we can go ahead and cut our line technique. So the first step, I want you guys to pay attention to my body position. We have two options. We have lunging is an option, or we have squatting is an option. Both of these options have to be directly in front or in the back of the client, right? So I want to make sure that my body is perfectly symmetric with the left side and the right side. I'm going to place my comb directly in the center of my section. When I place my comb, so only the back of the comb is visible. So careful not to flatten the hair. Do you see how you could see all of the teeth of the comb? Or this way, when you're placing that comb, you only want to see the back of the comb. And my comb is parallel to my sectioning. Once I get that going, I'm going to slide my comb directly down, right against the skin, right against the skull, right against the neck. When I get to my desired length, which is going to be somewhere around here, I'm going to place my scissor behind the hair underneath the comb. So what that's going to do is going to push that hair into the comb to give me a little bit more tension and a little bit more perfection with my line. Okay, so once again, a couple of things that we're going to watch out for. A comb is going to be parallel sections. Just the back of the comb is going to be visible. We're going to slide the comb flat against the skin. When we approach our end result and where our guide is going to be, we're going to place our scissor underneath the hair and underneath the comb. Slide down. And then when you're using the scissor, you're going to close it and move the scissor on the way out. What that's going to do is instead of pushing the hair, it's going to create a really strong line. So that's going to be our guide. My next step is I'm going to move over and stand directly in front of the section that I'm about to cut. That's going to make sure that I'm not creating any over direction. I'm going to again get in my position, make sure that I'm comfortable, I'm stable, and I'm right in front of my section. Again, comb goes parallel to the section, comb goes straight down, no over direction, with minimal amount of elevation. Assist with your scissor, come down, find your guide, close the scissor on the way out, until we finish the section. Let's repeat the same thing on the opposite side. So again, I'm going to stand directly in front of my section, place the comb parallel to my section, slide the comb down, assist with the scissor, minimal elevation and no over direction, close the scissor on the way out, and cut to mirror the guide. The best way to cross-check is to stand directly in the back of the client and pay attention to the length that you created. If it looks balanced, it must be balanced. Next section is going to be parallel to the previous. The width of the section is going to depend on the density of the hair. Once you drop that hair down, you want to make sure that you're able to see the section underneath. You want to be able to see the guide clear, but you want to make sure that you have enough hair to cut. So too fine of a section is not necessarily a good thing, because you're going to be able to see through your section well, but you are running into an issue of recutting the section that you have underneath. Section off both sides, check for balance for both sections, make sure they're even, and make sure they are parallel to the floor. When you're clipping the sections, always try to get the section as flat as possible to the head. Okay. Now that we have a guide coming from the underneath, we just have to do the same thing over and over until we run out of hair to cut. Place the comb parallel to your sectioning, comb the hair straight down, keep that comb right against the head shape, assist with your scissor, find your guide, and close that scissor on the way out. Stop. One little trick to get your lines to look as clean as possible is to comb all of the hair all the way from the top of the head going directly down. Get this section to look really neat, really clean, where all of the grains of the hair are pointing directly down. Once you do that, only place your comb just from the occipital bone down, never from here up. Anytime you place that comb from this point up, you'll be recombing that hair, which is going to create over direction on the outside. And now the front. section off a horizontal section meeting all the way to the front hairline. Comb that hair down, comb the rest of the hair up and away from the face. Find your guide coming from the back, staying directly in front of your section, wide side of the comb, because we have gappage that happens right in front of the ear and right in the back of the ear due to the protruding ear. Place the comb parallel to your section, slide the comb down past the ear, tap on top of the ear, tap on the bottom of the ear. From this point, place the scissor underneath the comb, slide all the way down until you find your guide. If the ear is very protruding, place another tap on the top and another one on the bottom. Continue with creating a square cutting line all the way to the front hairline. Do the same thing on the opposite side and then check for balance. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Just keep in mind that this haircut could always be altered to your client's needs by changing your elevation and your over direction. And it's always going to depend whether you want more or less movement. Thank you so much.